I am back. I am back with this blah, 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 camera. So it just will close my garage. Well, this is not. Oh no. I am going to the hockey, but I just forgot my hockey, this outfit. So I'll go and pick it up in just a moment. Actually, I'm lucky this time that I actually remembered. That I actually remembered to pick it up. So before I'm going to the hockey game, I wanted to talk about my last experiences. So I went to this. I created previous this when I'm normally speaking, how the brain waves are working on the scanner, brain scanner, I don't know how you call it. And the next time when the Enrico comes, how the brain waves change. So for a person to see what actually happens in my brain at that moment. So, but the thing is that at this office where you do these brains, they actually do some brain wave calibration. This is actually brain calibration. I don't know how to say. Well, actually, they do some kind of a program for the brain, and what happens is that they turn off the scanner, and the brain somehow creates some kind of electric wave shocks, and when the sensor hears the shots, he puts a sound effect on the meditation music that you listen. So basically, you listen to music while your brains are being monitored, and when the sensors detect the shock out, they create a scratch on the sound. So basically, it's like a sound of and so what happens is that the brain doesn't know that the brain creates these shocks. This is what the scientist told me, the doctor. The shocks, and they reflect these shocks on the music background, whether they're louder, noisier, higher, lower, longer, and so on. And brain detects that this is a scratch on the sound, and brain automatically tries to calibrate itself. So after this, you say brain calibration, half an hour of session. My head hurts extremely a lot. And then after a few days, I got sick. I got some kind of virus for a few days. For 1 or 2 days, I was in a bed mode, sleep mode. And then the next time I realized that I'm in the audience and I have completely no thoughts. I'm sit at the audience. There are like 70 to 80 people in front of me. And I'm sitting and I'm like, okay, I will talk about channeling right now. And then I'm completely no thoughts at all. Completely, it's just like the mind is turned off. All you see is okay, I'm sitting, so many people. You don't have even thoughts about what's going on. And then it was like, okay, this is really weird. This is somehow a little bit annoying. I was trying to say something and it's like completely no thoughts. Just mind is completely turned off. And the same happened in channeling. When I was channeling, Enrico comes, everything flows. As soon as somebody asks a question, like completely silence, completely no images, completely no energy, feelings, completely nothing. It's just like the mind is completely turned off, and the person is eager to know the answer to this question. And it's like, it's not like even it's like my mind inside saying like, sorry, what were you saying? I forgot what you were saying. And the thing is that I was doing channeling also when I took a glass of wine, like get drunk or something. But then it was like, then Enrico comes. When I drank the one glass of wine, I don't drink at all, so one glass of wine is like 10 liters of vodka to somebody. And it's like Enrico is trying to speak, and then the mind pops back the information like from the entity and back, like the translated information. When Enrico speaks, he detects how the body is speaking and the reaction to the audience, and then back to him, so that they understood that everything as is they said. So when Enrico is trying to speak, finish the sentences, then the signal goes back to me, and it's like they are like, what's going on? It's like the body, they are like speaking, well, hello, good day, and nice to see you, and so on. But the body is speaking like, good day, something like this. And the entities were like, what's going on? And at this point was like, the person asks a question, and I start speaking about the question. The information is coming, and then mine turns off, and Enrico is like, okay, again, no information. It's like, again, the mind is shut down. It's like the sensor is turned off. The energy is within, sensor is turned off, and then he asks the person, does this answer your question? He says, no, totally no. Enrico was like, how is that possible? The first time somebody says no. And my mind also is like, whoa. And then like, can you please repeat the question? And he's like, the person asked the same question again. I was like, man, this is totally different question. It's like what they asked before. It's like, well, your mind didn't answer or receive that previous question. It's like the mind is completely turned off. It's like completely awkward. But then the story is a little bit more. Lately, what's coming up is about the third eye. Third eye is basically, how you would say. I want to share the story because okay, so the mind is turning off, but then I noticed also another thing is that while the mind is completely turned off, it's completely easy to strongly relax. And then when I relaxed, I fell asleep on my back, and it's like it was in the day, and suddenly my body just totally relaxes because there are no thoughts, and suddenly my third eye opens like poosh, and it's opened, and the feeling how it opens is really strange. I have felt this many times before, but I never felt it that fast to happen. It's like when you're completely relaxed, your some kind of mind consciousness lowers, and then you fall in this state, and then suddenly pop, the third eye opens through these sides and through the center, and like it's like feeling that you're looking through here, you're receiving images through here. And what happened then was I see a table. It's like a nice table, wooden table, a mobile phone on it, but the mobile phone was in a color of black and really thick. It's like like a mobile phone with some kind of a cover over it. And it's like, while I was looking at that, I'm seeing through my third eye again. It's like, whoa, really, really interesting. I felt this many times when I woke up. And I realized also that my mind is turned off. And while I was observing this, I was like, hey, my mind is turned off. And then the mind turned on, and the image just popped closed. And this was really, really intense. So then I woke up, and then I again fall asleep, and I received the same state maybe a couple of seconds later, and then again later. So what I would say is also that somehow the mind starts, when it's turned off, or after these calibrations, the mind started to work more smoother. But the annoying thing is that the mind just suddenly turns off. And the thing is also that I noticed is that when I was looking at some particular spots or places, I received crystal clear images, and with them also, I'm like watching a movie. It was like I'm walking, and then I like blink my eyes, and it's like, no, this is not with my eyes that I see. This is somewhere inside my head that I see. So about the third eye, what I wanted to talk about the entities we were channeling. Enrico was channeling about the third eye, and the third eye is actually something that really intensely is related to connecting with spirituality, spiritual higher understanding. The images and the information what I receive is that inside, in the middle of the head, there is something in the size of a plum, like a, I don't know how to call it. It's like the part of the brain, it produces some kind of a liquid. But I saw a small balls, small balls like spheres, small balls, but they are like a chemical part. But when you are like when you zoom out, it's a liquid, but it's small balls. But what these small dots of balls do is that, for example, the cosmos and the higher information resonates at a completely different frequency. For example, you look at a plant, you touch something, you feel it physically, you see it physically, you feel it physically. But what this thing does, it translates energies into thoughts, energies into vision. So basically what it means is that if you receive energy from the outside, these small dots pick up this frequency and instantly converts it like from 3000 volts to 12 volts. And the brain, for example, these small third eye liquid dots, if they spread out through all the brain, for example, in your section that receives thoughts or intellect or something like this, you think of something, you always think of something and you cannot figure out anything. But then when you have this DMT, or how you call it, I don't know, inside of this brain sector, you just think of something and instantly cosmic energy receives, the cosmic energy is being received at that point, and that DMT, these small dots of ball energy, these small dots liquid from the third eye, they pick up that energy and like convert it to a format or energy frequency that the particular mind sector can access. So basically what I want to say is that it's like the liquid is like a converter from outside energies, also inside energies, to a language that your physical body can actually pick up. So basically it's the main essence of receiving energies and understanding energies through your visionary center, intellectual center, maybe verbal center also, and hearing center also. It's like a translating device from higher frequencies. But I received understanding how it actually works. It's through images. Imagine, like, I don't know if you see me, I will turn the light. If I saw is like there's energy coming from top of the head like this inside, and energy vibrates for example frequency of like this. But your body works in a frequency like line, line, line. So there is no calibration, like no matching frequencies. And what these small dots do is like the small dots receive the higher frequency, they pick up, and on the opposite side they it's like automatically converting those energies into dot, dot, line, 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 into an energy that the physical brain can actually understand. And then again what I saw is like the etheric body, which is the nerve system in your body, if that is clean, if that is clear, you can easily pick up energy from the outside through these energy nerve centers and directly to your this third eye. So basically what it means is that you can easily read energies from the outside. And what I saw was that the brain's center of the brain and the sides of the brain are the most closest and direct centers through to your third eye. The next center is top of the head, next center was your palms, and next center was your feet. So basically these are the visionary centers through which you can read energies, and those energies are instantly translated by your third eye in an understandable way. The next thing is that also if you have inner energies such as doubts, fears, all kinds of energies like disbelief, thoughts that you had in your days, like memories that exist in your energy body, the third eye instantly translate those energies also into visions, also into like something you can but something that you can see. So basically what I would say is also that what I understood from that channeling is that those people who have doubts about whether this is true what they see or not true, it's the doubt itself that produces those images. It's the doubt energy itself. So basically the idea is that you have to get rid of doubts in order to like get more crystal clear images. And also if the energy comes from the outside and you have like full of doubts within you and so on, that energy will be mixed together and it will show you images like with your energy and from the outside energy. So then I was trying to like do more energy breathing through the third eye, top of the head and so on. And I'm really starting to get some progress on it. So this is something I will create more videos about it, because in the past weeks, past month, I would say, I'm really interested in the third eye. And what else is going on here? I'm sorry that I have not created any English webinars online, but I would really love to create them, although I don't have much time right now, because also there are Christmas cards, charity cards. If you want to buy Christmas charity cards, no problem, we can we can send you some for charity purpose, helping children in Latvia. But also if you want to do like a conversation about channeling and so on, it's no problem, we can channel also. You can sign up on my website, which is artlineofflinepeace.info, and there we can actually, you can send me a message and we can talk there also. What else is new? The camera was broken and now it's working again. And I'm happy about that, because I have so much to speak, although I don't remember anymore what I wanted to speak. Okay, I can tell this story also. Many people are like, I would say, the Enrico says, buried. They have, how he says, some people were walking on a beautiful land, working on a beautiful land in a beautiful world. And many people started to dig. Some people started to dig because they wanted to know what's underground, what's under the ground. And they started to dig, and they started to dig up something, like some stones or something, like problems. And they dig even deeper, so deep that they started to lose and don't see anymore the light. And these people are so depressed, they are so lost, they have read so many books that try to figure out what is the truth and what's not the truth. And they are like lost in their belief systems, lost in their understandings and so on and so on. And they don't know the way up, they don't know the way back, because they're lost within them, curiosity to find them out. And what he says always is that why do you choose to dig further? Why do you choose to do the things you don't like further? Why do you choose to do them further? You have to choose the things you like. You have to choose the things you love. You have to do the things that you feel connected to. And those people sometimes they don't even hear the answers. They don't even hear the information. There's many people trying to say to them, hey, just stop doing that. You are hurt yourself and so on. Don't go to work. Don't do this. It's like a waste of time. Something. The people, they actually are still doing this because they think that I have to do this, because they don't want to lose something. They don't want to feel bad. They're like locked inside their own belief systems and something. They have to do something, they have to do this. And one time at one conference, a channeling seminar, there were like 70 to 80 people there, and one dude was really aggressive. that the whole world is so much pain, so much suffering, like millions of incarnations, useless, and everything is bad. And Enrico says, stop. And he doesn't even hear him. And he speaks further and further, and Enrico says louder, stop. And he doesn't hear it also. And there are 70 to 80 people. And then he just screams in full voice, stop. And I felt even, whoa, I have never thought that I can actually yell at that voice that loud. And even my hands were starting to shake, like, okay, what's going on? And then silence. And then he explained that story, and he started again to speak. And Enrico said again, stop! And he stopped, and he was like with big eyes. Well, I didn't see him, but I felt that he was like with, okay, what's going on? And it's like those people who are in such deep, we would say, lowered energies, they also have huge aggression inside themselves. And it's like you're digging, and somebody says to you, stop. And you don't even hear that because you have your own point of view, your own aggression, your own ego, your own whatever, you have it. And then you hear a louder stop. And you don't even pay attention. You just, okay, I'm still digging, I'm still doing. And then if somebody yells at you, stop, in a voice that you definitely hear, and you're like, okay, what was that? I have never heard anything like this. And it's like, you start to pay attention to what's going on, actually. And then there was, you start to listen, and then you hear few words, and it's like, oh, it's like your consciousness finally hears something over your huge mind, over your huge programs that you have within, over your huge whatever belief systems you have within. And after that, the person was so happy, well, at least he said he was so happy. It's like, finally, throughout those past years, he suddenly receives the answers that is truly worth, you would say, millions of words and so on. And he was like really, really happy. And then the audience started to applause, like really loudly applause. And, and it was like funny, but I didn't yet see the recording of that video, but while I was there after that seminar, I was actually really sad about the loud screaming. I felt really sad. It was like, I felt really sad. But many people in that room said, man, that was something I really loved to hear, and that was really perfect and so on. But from my point of view, it's really sad. And then I asked Nico, well, was there a reason with love? You just send a huge love energy to him and so on. And I said that first of all, the love energy, if that would be sent to him, he said that basically it's a mirror. They create a mirror of themselves. And if a love energy would be sent, it will be against his will, because he wants to point life with aggression. He wants to point life with misery and something like this, and love is something completely opposite. So you cannot send love to him. That will be against his own will. But also, if you even send this huge love energy to him, he would completely change, completely change, and that would be also something against his will. Because I understand that channeling is not about changing you and giving you the highest energy so that you can finally woke up. It's about giving you point of view, giving you answers on the current path that you are going. So basically, it was like, okay, this answer somehow satisfies me, this answer is somehow okay, but the Enrico and his entities, their beings, they are the beings of light, golden light. They were like, apologize, like respecting me in apology. And that was interesting. But it's like, I was like not sad about the information, I was like sad about the yelling itself. It's like, man, why should something like this happen? So this is the last experiences, these are the last stories. I will check how much time do I have till hockey. 30 minutes, I would say 30 minutes. is completely enough to dress up and something like this. So anyway, thank you for listening. Blah, blah, blah. I'm right now working on the online channeling class, online channeling school, which will be called Enrico Channeling School. And there will be online lessons and teachings. How can you start channeling yourself? It's a program of getting ready, connecting, and becoming a professional channeler. So this program, I think, would be ready in a month of time, the website itself. But the first videos will pop up maybe only after a month. So just stay tuned, and this will be something that you would love to learn, would you love to practice and so on. So basically it will be a program where you get all the information that you need. What is channeling, what actually happens in channeling, the detailed information, and so on and so on, from my own personal experiences and from the experiences where I teach people also to channel. And the next steps are getting in contact. So again, there will be first contacts, and there will be millions of questions about what's happening in the first contact and how you can do better and so on. And the third class will be becoming a professional channeler, so that you can do this channeling as a service, do this channeling as create videos, useful videos about this channeling, share it to the world, and sharing a good quality information. So this will be the third class. So stay tuned. I think it will be really exciting. Send in higher and higher energies. So this is it. Okay, thank you for watching.